Hi guys! In this video we will talk about coloring the cake frosting in white. Just say add dyes, mix, not enough. There are important nuances that I will tell you about from personal experience. This video will allow you to avoid mistakes and achieve the perfect white shade. And at the end I will share a life hack on how to neutralize the yellowness of the frosting without using a dye at all. Most frostings tend to have a yellow tint. From light yellow, as in cream cheese, to very noticeable, as in ganache. The natural color of the cream cheese depends on the butter. The yellower the oil, the more yellow your frosting will have. Ganache consists mainly of white chocolate, so its color will always be yellow, like the color of cocoa butter. The exception is if you use candy melts instead of chocolate, but then it will affect the taste. Cake bakers often paint the frosting for the cake in white. Firstly, it is an excellent base for any decor, everything is combined with white. Secondly, it is almost impossible to paint a frosting with a yellow tint in a cold color. Mixing a yellow shade with blue, we get greenish, and instead of cold pink, peach. And then a white powder dye, titanium dioxide, comes to our aid. It is widely used in the production of food and cosmetics, toothpastes, and medicine. Everything that has a white color is painted with this particular dye, and there is currently no alternative available replacement. Not so long ago, the European Union banned the use of dioxide. The reason was a long-term study by French scientists conducted on rats. However, at the moment there is not a single reliable study that would confirm its danger to humans. The main advantage of the dioxide is its versatility. It can be used for any frostings in both dry and liquid form. In our video we will color cream cheese and ganache. The principle of operation is almost the same, the main thing is to know a few rules. The first rule is to sift the dioxide through a fine strainer so that lumps do not get into the frosting. Rule 2. Mix the frosting thoroughly. Ganache is best punched with a blender, and cream cheese whipped with a mixer. If you do not follow these two rules, then the dioxide will not completely dissolve and it will be unpleasant to crunch on your teeth. Make sure that all the grains of dioxide have dispersed in the frosting. Now let's talk about the nuances. It is best and most convenient to add dioxide to the frosting at the stage of its preparation. But if the frosting is already ready or you need to color a small part of it, the following methods will help. Dilute the dioxide in a small amount of water, cream or milk and add to the frosting. Or use the gel version of the dioxide. In both cases, it will be enough to mix your frosting with a silicone spatula. Choose good gel dyes, they are more versatile due to their pigmentation and density. Dyes of some brands are too liquid, if you add a lot, your frosting will flow. Also, dioxide can be added to an already colored frosting, for example, if you want to repaint a bright frosting in pastel. To color a portion of frosting on a cake of 1.5 to 2 kilograms, about 1/4 teaspoon of dioxide is enough. Do not overdo it, if you add too much, the frosting will become loose and porous. In addition, a frosting with a large amount of dioxide is very difficult to paint in a bright color, the consumption of the dye will be many times more than usual. But the dioxide perfectly brightens bright frostings. Use it if you have overdone the dye and want to get a more pastel shade of frosting. It's time to share the promised life hack, which I mentioned at the beginning of the video. I'll warn you right away, there is no way to make yellow frosting white without using dioxide. If some reasons do not allow you to use dioxide, then the best way out is to prepare frostings that are initially whiter, for example, buttercream. Our life hack will help you quickly color the frosting in a cold shade without using dioxide. I will show it on the cheese cream, but this method also works with ganache. In order to neutralize the yellowness, you just need to add a little purple dye. Colors located in the color circle opposite each other are called complementary and when mixed in large quantities give a gray-black color. Lilac is opposite yellow, so it will remove the yellowness and make the color colder. Remember how a woman with gray hair neutralizes yellowness with shampoos and balms with a lilac shade. It's the same story here. We mix the frosting and see that it has noticeably lightened. The yellower the frosting, the more noticeable the difference will be. Now we can easily paint it in any cold shade, for example, blue. Let's check it out. Add the same amount of blue dye to the frosting and mix. See the difference? The frosting without the addition of purple dye has a turquoise hue. If our frosting was even yellower, then instead of turquoise we would get green. The ability to get the right color is a very important skill for a pastry chef. After all, sometimes a certain color of the frosting is the main requirement of the customer. I hope this video helped you gain new knowledge and useful information. Don't forget to subscribe to us and click on the bell. Write in the comments whether you use dioxide and how you feel about it. Visit our school's website, there are useful lessons with recipes and techniques. Bye bye, see you again.